Pushing ovaries.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my ovaries, they're trying to like punch the weight out of my body right now.
I hate that.
Ugh, the worst.
Oh, welcome back to the Freeform Land. How's everybody doing?
Yay! We're all together again!
There's all five of us. Oh, we missed you. Although you were there last week. Or last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know about you, Shelly and Leigh-A, but I felt a little flat last week.
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, I felt like I had a big head, so I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like my performance was maybe a little two-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was happening in the build-up, by the way? We got hashtag Disco Live, hashtag Screw Punk Rock. Was there like some sort of disco hold thing? What was happening in pre-build-up?
Our music is a bop, and every time it comes on, we dance.
We do dance. Yeah.
No one can see us dancing though.
No.
Too bad.
I should film
Except
behind the
Rob.
scenes one day.
Rob gets to see all of us doing the...
I do. And you do as well, actually.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I can see you all dancing.
Yeah. One day we'll have the super fancy account and everybody can see everybody then.
Oh my goodness.
God, that could be scary.
I don't know if I want that kind of power.
I love it. Going big head is the best. Starting the show strong. I love it. Where's the spoiler banner?
That's a good man right there. That's a good one.
Let me put up the full. There we go. Before we get into anything. So, ladies, you had a week off last week. Did you do anything fun?
Yes. I went wine tasting and gin tasting and beer tasting and food tasting.
It's a lot of tasting.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I ate and drank all the things. It was great.
That sounds amazing.
What was the best thing that you tasted?
What was the best thing I tasted? So we went down to Margaret River, which is in southern Western Australia. And I have to say, I had a sparkling Chenin Blanc wine, which was perfect. And we went to a cheese factory. And I ate a lot of cheese. So.
Did you find any pecorino while you were there, Shelly?
I did
really
not
like that one.
I did not,
It's
sadly.
too bad.
Kev.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. You seem like you're having.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
Oh,
I can see it up there.
yeah.
Melindhra, don't be upset that we were making out in the background and you didn't get to participate.
Oh, she participated.
Yeah,
There was a ladies
Off screen.
There was enthusiastic consenting happening later on. Maybe you missed it, Leigh-A.
I think I did.
We made a Bain&Chiad sandwich, you and I.
Oh, we did? I missed that.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
It was like a 3-sided sandwich. So.
Yeah, it was. It was a triple layer sandwich. Well, it was more like a
Yeah.
with you.
I was going to say, does a
one
Bain&Chiad
sandwich.
sandwich have 2 layers or 1?
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a club sandwich.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm gonna do my best to find out something. Get you some of this one.
Aw. I feel like I missed the opportunity to make a real sandwich. And now I'm sad.
Oh.
I'll have to live with my cookies.
Oh, the cookies.
The cookies don't seem like a bad thing to live with. They look delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is very true.
I'm about to raid you and take a fifth of those.
I mean, you could just
Somehow.
ask if you have.
I mean, if you sent everybody some cookies, we would all have a fifth.
That's true. Yes.
You guys,
Wow.
Did
There's
you just do
$5.
math again? Again
Yeah.
with the math savant.
you guys
Again.
I haven't eaten
That's
a third already.
amazing.
So we can never lose a host or gain a host. That's what
No,
I'm
we
saying.
have to be 5.
Yes,
Anything we
always.
ever share is a fifth now. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Aw.
And then when we're all together next, we can be like, I give you a fifth.
Aw.
Or just
I
take
can't wait till we share a pizza, guys. This is gonna be great.
what, 8 slices between
No, we'll divide it into 40. And that way we can,
into 40.
yeah.
40 slices. This is a big pizza.
Well, welcome to Threefold Talk. We're gonna talk about fractions.
Ovaries.
Ovaries and fractions.
Yes.
You guys can have a
They love it. They love us.
They do love it. I love Tim, by the way, going back to Whatcon for a second. I recall the 2D participants left for the bar before the show ended.
Which was
They did,
very
didn't they?
accurate for some of us. Very on point for some of us.
I actually recorded from the bar a podcast episode on Sunday nights, thanks to that inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have no idea how that episode turned out. It might be really noisy because I can't work out how sound works apparently on Kayla's laptop. So yeah, I couldn't test the sound because I couldn't figure out one button that I figured out tonight. So I recorded anyway because all the lights were looking correct, and we'll just see how it goes. So that might be an awful episode, but it could be fun.
So, in other words, the major technical difficulties was having mute on. Basically what happened.
Nice.
The major technical difficulty was alcohol.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
The Usquai got involved in that.
Foiled again by Usquai.
Damn that Usquai.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Should we get back on topic?
Yeah.
What
sure.
topic? Do we have a topic?
No.
We do. We're going to chat about. We went to Whatcon, and then there's some deleted scenes that we got at Whatcon, so we're going to have fun talking about those. And yeah, so we'll get into Daily Vale and have some fun.
Spear brothers and sisters, it is time to cover up your face, for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears from it. This is the Daily Vale.
Okay, so shall we dive into Whatcon or the deleted scenes first?
Whatcon.
Whatcon and deleted.
Whatcon. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right. So Ben&Chiad, how was Whatcon?
Whatcon was amazing. I have a list here actually that I'm working on.
She brought goodies.
I brought goodies and I brought a list. So I'm working on an article. Obviously, you can probably predict top 10 things about Whatcon. So I'm not going to share them all, but I do have quite a few things listed. What was that?
Is it more than 10?
It is more than 10, so I will have to narrow it down. But
Far more than 10.
Yeah. One of the things I thought was one of the best things was Michael and Kate.
She says she's got here the sweat tent in the lobby. The
what?
Wait,
sacrificial rodent den.
pause and rewind. There was a sweat tent in the lobby? You turned the entire lobby into a sweat tent, or just part of it?
Erected a sweat tent. And yes,
They erected one.
Yes.
How?
I'm making shit up here, by the way, folks. So.
I have questions. I have lots of questions.
Okay, what are your questions?
How?
Describe the sweat tents. I guess that's more of a statement than a.
I was joking
Just
about there
making
was no
shit
sweat
up.
tent in the lobby. I promise. I was making
You're talking about your sweat tent was somewhere else. Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? No. I got this amazing fan from Rakappa.
Ooh.
Wow.
Just handing out beautiful fan. Oh, there's a sparkle.
Yeah, show the sparkles. There we go.
That is
That's gorgeous.
And Rob learned the language of the fans, so now he knows how to seduce someone with a fan. You want to give us a demonstration?
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to make promises to the foldies
Okay.
that I can't back up right this very second. So
You're just afraid they would be able to resist it.
yeah, basically.
Okay. So there's that.
Don't want to make someone jealousy, but you know.
And then here's what the badge looks like for those of you who weren't there. It's
Have you got the DJ
What?
Nibbles badge?
What?
Have you got DJ Nibbles on there?
I don't. I do have DJ Nibbles. So Nablus is now known as DJ Nibbles. So I've got someone
Oh
made
my
these
goodness.
stickers like literally over the course of maybe 20 hours maybe. They
Oh, not even that. So
Yeah.
it happened at opening ceremonies. The innkeeper was master of events, so I believe master of events, is that right?
And he was awesome, by the way. I mean, not that it's a surprise, but the innkeeper just like brought the house down. He has
He did.
just amazing energy, and he's just an awesome person.
He was a lot of fun.
Very funny. Yeah.
That's
But it
awesome.
came up with, because Nablus was doing all the tech in the corner, all the sound, the visual stuff that was needed for all the main stage stuff. He looked like a bit of a DJ, didn't he, in there? He had like a couple of computers on the go and
He
stuff.
was a DJ, literally.
And he was. He was playing music as we were coming in. He DJ'd the party on Saturday night. So during opening ceremonies, the innkeeper was like, big cheer for Nablus over there, or as he is this weekend, DJ Nibbles. And it just kind of stuck after that, didn't it? So
Is there a reason for the DJ Nibbles?
Wait,
Is
so
that an
Innke-
inside joke or?
Innkeeper just made that up on the spot?
No,
Is
I
that
think
what
it's a play. It's a play on Nablus. Like I think he's called him like Nubbles before,
Yeah.
or
But he
Nublis,
is actually
whatever.
a DJ. He's been a DJ in the
And
past.
I think Robert Jordan had said Nablus is not pronounced like that. It's pronounced like Nublus or something.
Yeah.
So it just transformed into Nibbles, and then it became DJ Nibbles.
I mean, some people were saying DJ Nipples.
So the P.
P instead of a D.
Nipples.
That's what I
Mhm.
initially heard.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay.
I had
No,
further
nipples.
questions,
Like
but
you
I
would
have
nibble
since-
on. Yes. Yeah. So.
We should have DJ Nipples on this show then.
Yeah.
we should have DJ Nibbles. Yeah, because I could change his name to DJ Nibbles the whole show. He'd know how to change it back. But I think I can turn that feature off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There were a lot of foldies there at Whatcon. We had very good foldy
We
representation.
did.
Ah.
There were a lot of and there were a lot of butt rocks in the wilds. We got Innkeeper to say butt rock on stage.
I'll be back.
Wow.
And so if you're a foldy in chat, why don't you tell us what your favorite part of Whatcon was, and or what you wish Mel, Leigh-A, and Shelly had been there for.
Hmm.
Besides the whole thing and how you
Which, basically. Did you all watch any of the virtual events?
I tried to, but I was having a lot of technical difficulties, either doing it from my phone and trying to get the link to work, or the one time I got it to work, my headphones decided to die while I was out running errands. So it's just like, just couldn't fucking make it work. But my understanding is they've gone and they've updated, because it was kind of based off of what Rebecca had said. A lot of the stuff was last minute, so they were just trying to do things on the fly. So my understanding is the website has been updated and is a little bit more user friendly now. So if anybody has those virtual passes, you can go, or if you are an attendee, you've got the access. You should hypothetically be able to go do it now.
Yes, you should
My
be able to find
understanding-
that correctly, so.
I have not tested this theory out, so this is all secondhand. I can't
So-
put Roof Mistress stamp on it, but
I don't know if any of you can verify, but I heard last night that they reopened virtual memberships. They had closed them and they reopened them. So if people hadn't bought one and still want to see some of the content, you have another chance to be able to like.
yeah, I think
Sign
there
up.
was a miscommunication. The website turned it off and they weren't supposed to. So again, it was all very kind of last minute-y, trying to figure out the because there was lots of interest in the virtual passes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch anything. I was traveling pretty much the entire time that WoTCon was happening. But I very much appreciated seeing everyone's updates and seeing how much fun everyone was having. And it seemed like there was a lot of love all over the place.
There was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was sleeping. I hope many people gave hugs on my behalf.
So many hugs.
Yes, there were a lot of hugs. Wild Gardenia's in chat says it's totally worth the $30 fee, so you can see WoTCon. I agree with that. I'm just starting, loads of people putting in their favorite bits, and Skeeter can confirm the website is much better now, so which is
Thanks,
good.
Skeeter. Yeah, I know Skeeter and I were doing modding on the Discord, and so we were trying to field a lot of those questions about like how do we get these things to work. It's like, I'm not sure. They're all doing con things right now, so we don't know.
Yeah. So thank you everyone who's putting the comments in chat. So we've got, I'm going to start off with this one. This was entertaining. So Silvertooth asked me to bring the butt rock button with me
Yes!
to Whatcon. Now I couldn't because we gave it to the innkeeper. I asked the innkeeper, this is about a week out, and he said, remind me on Wednesday night. So I did, and he brought it. And then I went to Wolf Brother 7. I was like, oh, I've got the butt rock button for you. And he's like, that's really cool. I don't need it, though. I was like, but you asked me to bring it. And he's like, no, I didn't. And I got really lost and confused, didn't I? And it was Silvertooth who wanted the butt rock button. So apparently I can't tell the difference between the Wolf Brothers. But at least I knew it was one of the Wolfkin. So, you know.
I think I saw you say that comment, and I interpret it as there being another Wolf Brother with some number after his name, and
Like
not
Wolf
Wolf
Brother
Brother
9.
7. And I was like, was it Wolf Brother 3? And who is that? And why don't I know who that is? And then I felt like a very bad, like...
Oh, no.
Okay, so that makes much more sense.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
And didn't Innkeeper have a funny story about the butt rock button at the airport?
Yes, that it went off many times from his bag at the airport.
Yeah, he tweeted like that moment when you hear your own voice say butt rock, and you look around trying to be like, who said that? And realize it's your backpack. I paraphrase that. It happened to me because it's been in my backpack, and I moved the bag in show setup, and it just.
You need a box for the butt rock button so it doesn't go off on.
It can't be contained.
The butt rock
I carried it in my purse for a while at WoTCon, and I swear it must have gone off 20, 25 times for no reason.
She was just stood there,
One time,
not moving, and suddenly you'd hear. Sorry, interrupting.
2 times when I was in the bathroom, and it was a very crowded bathroom too, and I wasn't even touching it. And I'm in the stall and butt rock. And then when I'm washing my hands, another butt rock.
Butt
I was
rock.
getting a lot of weird looks.
Yes. So there literally was butt rock everywhere.
So much butt
That's
rock.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
It's
Yes. Beth, you cannot contain the butt rock. No.
Indeed. Some of the other things people enjoyed, Olva's ears, enjoyed meeting everybody. Flamingo said I was like, I'm not sure I remembered the best part, but it was a blast. Like that joke. Nice. Jessica said I very much wish Mel, Shelly, Leigh were there for the Stabby Saturday for sure.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
Jessica was handing out squee ribbons, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. She made me take an oath and everything. Like, I had to
Wait,
swear.
what? What
Yeah.
was the oath?
Oh my Jess, I'm going to take a ribbon
You
away.
can have the ribbon back. I have forgotten it, so guess I'm not Team Squee anymore.
It was quite issue.
It was quite.
Okay, it'll come back.
Yeah, put it in
Yes.
chat, Jess. Put it in chat. There we
Yes, thank you, Jess.
Um,
Just need a little reminder.
go. Indeed. And obviously Michael and Kate were there all
Yes.
weekends. A little late on the Friday they got there. It was like mid-afternoon or something. But Kate did, they did a couple of readings. So at the VIP, they did the Golden Crane rides for Toh'ken, which was beautiful apparently. I haven't seen that. But someone recorded it in 4K. I feel like it might have been Vance. So it is going to appear somewhere, I'm sure.
He
And
already
then-
put it on Twitter. He
Okay.
said, I believe that's the one that he posted, and he said he posted it with their permission. So if you go to oh god, what's his Twitter handle? Red
Bard of the Red Hand.
Bard of the Red Hand.
Yeah.
You'll just scroll down. It was either yesterday or today that he posted that.
Yeah, there we go. And there was a recording of "Weep for Melindhra" by Mike and Kate. That was that Saturday morning?
The morning after the
It
dinner.
was,
So
yes.
Saturday morning.
Because-
They read the whole chapter, and Michael did the voices of all the villagers, and then
Yeah.
Kate read Maureen's part. It was,
Oh,
it was
that's
beautiful.
cool.
And
Wow.
Kate was up until about 4 a.m. as well on
She
Friday night.
is a party animal. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Just like Tim says here, talking to Kate Redding about what a great group of people this fandom is, which is just so true. And it was hilarious. And we did get Michael to stay up on Saturday night, again, till about 4 o'clock.
Scotch.
Yes, and he did that recording which Jessica put out. I got the German bit, which is just brilliant. The whole of it was just hilarious. The talking to them both was amazing. It was so nice to actually meet them in person.
Yeah.
So I love that. Dana Lou loves the meals and the main sessions. Silvertooth or Wolf Brother, depending on what I want to call him today. Hanging with all the people is the best. But with the smaller amount of people, it was so much different because you go all one time, which is beautiful. Jess was enjoying everything, seeing Naves and Recappa with the crowd together. Recappa was amazing. Didn't quite get the Dragon Reborn bit with you, right?
Yeah, that was.
But there was something done wrong in setup for that.
Still, though,
but it was still a lot of fun.
Brian did so much,
Yeah.
and he's such a hard worker, and he was amazing. So,
Yeah.
if you're out there, Recappa, we love you. You were so great.
Indeed.
Mm.
Law's Library, love the panel recordings. Have been great
Mhm.
because he's never watched them back. I haven't got around to watching them yet. I've been, enjoying unpacking in Boston first. But I look forward to watching them too because they were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you watch the meme off, sorry, just put that back down. If you watch the meme off, skip forward till you see me and Omar switch seats. It's a lot more fun from that point onwards because we fixed technical difficulties. And I hosted rather than stood there with the two of them on laptops. Kayla said the favourite part was dinner on Saturday because it was Vance's birthday on the 2nd.
Yes.
So happy name day, Vance. And Kat got everyone to put together a slideshow of videos for him. So he was really touched. It was just lovely. And did you highlight this comment?
Yes.
No? Okay, this is from Brother Zachariah, who just started gathering storm. Almost there. Good one, Brother Zachariah. Nobody put butter rock in a box or a box. Nice. I like that.
No, we
Perfect.
put rock in a corner.
I love it.
That's
I'm
great.
going to be right back.
Okay, I missed a lot of comments doing all that, folks, so I do apologise if you're putting things in.
Yeah, Jessica Sadai has told me I need to repeat after her.
Okay.
And
Where
I'm
is this?
supposed to say, I solemnly swear to let my squee flag fly.
Okay, Nils has put it in as well. Thank you, Nils. I see it there.
I feel like
Was
we
that-
should all
Yes,
say
that's
it.
what the oath was.
There it is.
Okay.
I solemnly swear to let my squee flag fly. Is this which sign are we supposed to be doing?
I skipped
I don't know.
Beth's comment somewhere. Oh, Beth also recorded it. Is that the comment, Beth? I don't know.
I
Sorry.
think there's a lot of comments coming in, so sorry if we miss you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm seeing themes. If I can put on my facilitator hat, I'm seeing themes of people enjoyed the panels, people enjoyed seeing all the different people, and it sounds like there was a lot of fun partying with Mike and Kate. So I'd say those are the big 3 themes coming out of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely doing our show live was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I wish we could do it live every week.
Yeah.
The energy is totally different. And I wanted to shout out to Chief Foldy because he really was doing his job as Chief Foldy on Saturday. We were in need of a ramen rattle. We did not have one. And he improvised very quickly. Got us a little cereal rattle here. So
Good sounding ramen rattle.
Right? I know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oreo ramen rattle for Chief Foldy.
Yes. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We love you.
Most definitely.
Oh, and Jessica, just FYI, I'm going to do my oath when I see you next in person.
Ooh. I'm sure Jess will bring them to JordanCon, so.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. It is good. All right. At Whatcon, there were a couple deleted scenes given to us to share out. The Trio of Chaos has decided to only release one so far. Me and Kiba hope the other one will be out yesterday.
Much
It's not out today either. but we do have the Egwene pool scene. So, Leigh-A, Mel, Shelly, have you seen this?
I've seen it, yes.
How could we resist? I definitely watched more than once.
Several times, yes.
A few times.
Shall we just play it anyway?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, and then bring that up and then figure out which screen needs to be on to press play. That one. All right, here we go. Enjoy. I hope if I turn the music off. Not like that.
In this world, a woman must be all things. First and foremost, she must be strong. Strong as the trees that have stood in this valley for centuries. Wise as the earth itself. And willing to use that wisdom to do good. She must have the patience of the stones that have watched the world pass by, and the sense to act when needed. Because within her exists the power of creation itself. The ability to give life and take it.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're unmuted now. Okay, yeah, sorry about the beginning there. Muted the wrong laptop, folks. So when I was like, yeah, we're going to get pinged for this probably. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for listening to my conversation there.
No, that's okay. So much of this show is so beautifully visually rendered that, like, I want it. I want it all. I want all the deleted scenes. I want like a supercut with all of them in, even if it's like a repetition of something that's already in there before. I mean, it's just so gorgeous. And I feel like all of the effort from the entire cast and crew that went into creating these amazing visuals, like just the fact that that didn't get to see the light of day in the midst of everything else, just breaks my heart. So beautiful.
I really
So
hope
beautiful.
they eventually release an extended version. So even if it's like a 10-year anniversary after the show's done or whatever, like they go back and add in all these scenes. Because it just like, you know, when the Lord of the Rings trilogy came out, you know, the 2.5-hour movies were fine, but then you watch the 6 to 8 hour movies and you're like, this is even better.
Yeah, I agree.
And especially the super nerds, you're like, and then it's not this there, this there. You just eat it up.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
People were going nuts at.
I can't imagine. Well, because didn't Matt get them like the night before as a surprise?
Yeah, Matt got them before, which
From
was
the
really cool.
Tweeter of Chaos. And everybody's like, I know Mel and I were tweeting like, tell us now!
We were.
I was stood next to him and he was not drinking, but, you know, chatting to me. And I was just like, dude, like, hint, something now. We were all trying to get out. He he would not share.
He did give us a hint, though. He eventually posted on Twitter, but before he posted on Twitter, he said to us, promises made or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which is the vaguest hint I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, basically.
So, I understand why that scene was cut, though. I think I get why. I feel like the pacing was a bit slow in it, and it was a bit, if I was trying to make what's more dramatic, that scene or pushing her off a cliff, I'd probably have made the same choice.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit in the minority. I like it as a deleted scene and in an extended cut, but I understand, like, if they're having to make choices, I understand why that scene got cut. I'd also be curious about the lore. Like, so we've got the 6 Aja colors, but not in the context of the tower. So I'm wondering if there was okay, so people are going to wonder why. Like, is this something that all women in this world now kind of adhere to? Or is it something in the lore and the mythology that they've changed? So I'm curious if there was something about the continuity of like why those colors are important there and not just in the tower, sort of thing. So
Yeah,
I actually like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go now. Honestly.
I was gonna say I really like the idea of the colors being connected further out into the rest of the world. I really like the idea of whether in the mythos of the show or in the mythos of the world that the Aes Sedai delineation of the colors meaning more things has spread out and kind of like all of the stories that get retold and change and shift throughout the world and throughout the ages. Like this feels very relevant to that, how stories change depending on where they are and where they go and how.
And the show definitely has the tower more connected to the colors. Like the Ajas wear their colors exclusively. So like I feel like that would in the show would be much more well known about, like you said, some general lore that people may think describes each individual Aja a little bit.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think it's just I think from a filmmaking perspective, if they kept it in, there would have had to have been a bunch more lore that they put in to explain all the connections in that. I think that's.
But they've got a couple more seasons in which they could do it, so it doesn't mean.
Like if they want to make the episodes longer,
or maybe
there's episodes to each
maybe there's other deleted scenes where, like, while after Moraine gets healed, maybe there's some more discussion, or maybe Nynaeve says something sassy to Leandrin about, the various Ajas, because we did get a little conversation with them, so maybe there was more to that, and again, just because Amazon doesn't want to give Wheel of Time as much money as we deserve.
We'll get it.
I think they're making smart choices and trying to reach a broad audience, and they're trying very hard to show, not tell. So why would we learn about the Ajas until it was relevant for us to see them in context, right? We learn about the reds in context. We learn about the yellows in context. We learn about blues in context. We haven't learned about the other ones yet, but we will. And then, because even the opening, right? The opening does a very similar thing to what that scene does. Is it has all of these colors, they're interweaving, they're flowing together. I think all of that fits in the context of the show. Now, if the question of whether that scene is better than the yeeting off the cliff scene, I would like to see them integrated, and maybe that was the initial instinct. I would love to see kind of that more formal ceremony thing, and then them walking up to the cliff and throwing her off. You might have to cut some of the similar dialogue, but I feel like those fit very well together because there's so much foreshadowing in both of those things that mean so much for Egwene's journey. So
popping back to Shelley's comment quick, I had the exact conversation with Beth at Whatcon. I said, I agree with the cut of that scene. Because if you put that scene in, then it must have had to have had another scene of some form of exposition somewhere. maybe added to the scene with Moraine and Nynaeve where she's cleaning the pool or something. But which also that pool would seem with those two would have made more sense if this was in. But when they're already trying to not go over a certain amount and they're trying to cut things, to cut a scene that also requires a scene of exposition makes sense timely. You know, you can trim a lot out of the show in that respect.
Yeah, totally.
I guess what I don't understand in the context of filmmaking, and maybe that's the difference between like doing a TV show and a live performance, is that like you already filmed it, right? You already filmed it. You already paid everybody to be there to film it. You just need to add it in. Like, what from the streaming perspective, like what does that cost extra besides basically the server space to host a slightly larger video file?
Especially since they're not on TV where you have to fit in like a specific time.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it's just editing, like, is that scene like there was no CGI needed? And like, I don't understand that. So
Yeah. I mean, I understand the perspective of from the pacing and that sort of thing that might have been a choice from that perspective, but it seems like I hear so much about timing and how like it has to stick within a certain amount of time, and that to me doesn't seem like it makes sense logically as far as how streaming works now compared to TV format, I guess.
Yeah, interesting. I need to cut into conversation quick. Folks, you get to watch us on Twitter every week, and I normally forget to be like, oh, by the way, you only get a sneak peek if you watch on Twitter. You're going to come join us on YouTube. And did the timer go off, Shelly?
It did.
It did? Okay, but we just...
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. And Anas put it in chat 10 minutes ago, too.
Yes, okay. I did also look at the time. I was like, yeah, we should have cut this by now. So, folks, if you're watching on Twitter, you need to come over to YouTube. God, I sound like the innkeeper when I do that. You need to come over and join us on YouTube because that's where all the fun is. That's where we're putting up comments from live chat. And we do polls occasionally if I remember them. But I can't do them tonight because I don't have the right screen loaded up, which I'll have to do before the end of the show. We have to do at least one poll. But yeah, come join us. I'm going to cut the Twitter feed now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on YouTube, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If I don't break everything, so.
Bye, Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
Speaking of Amazon crimes decisions, should we move on to our next topic? Have we?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we should move on to next now.
Deleted scenes?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a choice. I'll make the Malkier announcement, I think, now. Should we do that?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay, folks. Just realized we had no music playing quite a while now. There we go. So, folks, if you saw yesterday the Malkier Twitter account teased, I should load that in. I can't put that up if I don't load it. There we go. Teased that we were doing an announcement regarding registration. And after a little bit of checking out things and some testing and checking logistics, we are pleased to announce that you will be able to go to Malkier no matter where you're in the world because we're doing digital passes, folks.
That's so awesome!
Yes, to be able to come and join us. They are up there, £15. You will be able to see, fingers crossed for everything, like what I've checked so far says it should work. You'll be able to watch all the panels, live, opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, things like that. The only thing you won't get live is like we've got a social party thing in the evening on Saturday. That's not going to be recorded because it's just, hanging out. That's a perk of being at the con, obviously. But everything else will be live streamed. If for any reason we can't live stream it out to Malkier Talk's YouTube channel, it will be recorded regardless and put up within 24 hours. But you will get exclusive access to it for at least 1 month before the videos are released out to the general public or anything like that. So yeah, if you can't make it in person, which I completely understand, it's a long way to go, you can come hang out with us digitally and have some fun. So they're on the website now. You can go get them. And they will be available right up to the con, during the con. I'll probably leave them up after if you want to go back and watch it after. Who knows? You didn't get a passing time. How much is 50? There's like $20 Finnish mattress. How much is
the internet can answer this question for you guys.
Yes. There we go. Wait, no, not that. There we go. Glenn's. It's 1776.
I hope that's accurate. Like, that would be wonderful if that was accurate.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing.
So it depends what you find, but somewhere in the region of sort of $17 to $20 American, depending on when you get it and how conversions are all running and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you have plenty of time to do that. Regular registration, if you're going to attend in person, closes in like 36 days or something, 34 days, something like that. So that's regular in-person registration. And folks, Con T-shirt, Tree is doing the artwork, and I've seen like the rough sketch I thought was great. No, I've had 2 updated sketches since, and wow, my brain. I showed you, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah,
they are amazing.
So if you
Okay,
are going
hold
in
up.
person-
You can't just like, the t-shirt's gonna be great, Aiel Bain&Chiad, but nobody else. You can't just do that. You can't.
I
It's
mean,
not allowed.
I can. You will see it. Once Tree sends me the final copy, it'll be displayed and shown around. It's going to be on the badges, it's going to be on t-shirts.
We have a chat of our own.
We do.
Our own little group
I
chat.
have to send it to them.
I will send it to the co-hosts. I will send it
Also,
to them.
I would like you to know that I didn't show anybody my chibi in advance until everybody saw it together. So
This is geez, I'm so
I feel like
shocked.
you have toe.
I have toe. What a surprise. It's just a sketch. What did
My
I
dagger's in Canada.
you can't find a dagger in the land of man.
Oh,
They don't
look,
let them have them
Anas,
here.
you're so cool.
There are
Harry,
so many
Anas
things
already brought a virtual
murder out
cast.
there.
Oh,
I love you, Anas.
Thank you,
Yes.
So that's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
Question.
we'll get the link in the description in a second. So,
So,
question, go there.
if you have an in-person pass, but somehow your passport doesn't unfuck itself before you get on a plane, will you still be able to access all the virtual stuff?
Yes,
I'm
everyone.
absolutely
Yeah, if you have
impressed.
a virtual ticket, if you have an in-person ticket, you will have access to the digital link to everything, like the virtual pass, guaranteed for at least a month before it goes out to anyone else, so you can watch it back and remember your time at Malkier in person. So.
Yes, and please, everybody, pray to the light that my passport unfucks itself before I have to get on a plane.
Yes.
I am really, really curious about your tiny booklet being able to fuck itself. I would pay
I was just like,
Malkier Con level of virtual registration to understand what is happening with your passport.
so there's just like all this stupid stuff. So you can't write a check, which I also don't have checks anymore but you have to get a like one of those certified checks, and for some reason, like my bank sent it twice, but it never came. And so I'm on my 3rd round of that, and hypothetically that's on its way, but then and I've got the expedited fees, but also I just don't trust that things go quickly because the US mail is not necessarily the best, and you can only send it but via certified mail. It has to be in this flat fold. Like there's all these like little nuanced details that you have to do, and I'm just like, so I'm kind of down to the wire right now. It might still happen. I might get it the day before. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, but we're
Okay.
at what, like 8.5 weeks out?
Something of that nature.
Yeah.
1 second, I can actually go and look. So registration ends in 36 days and 1 hour. So that's when registration closes, folks. And the convention is in 57 days and 6 hours. So
Yeah. So,
Just
oh
saying.
god, so it's less than that.
yeah,
So.
57
Yeah,
days.
so
So
I'm
that's like
pretty
7.
sure it's just not like I have little faith that the U.S. government's actually going to pull through and give me my passport in time, but I'm trying.
I'm sure you'll get it.
I believe in you.
Yes. We just manifest that out there. So
Yes.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I just have to wait on all these things. So, like, if the check shows up this time, which it's supposed to get here tomorrow, we will see. And if it does, then I don't know. I just quit because I don't know what to do.
no.
I'll
Bless.
Maybe I'll pretend to be you.
Leigh, if you can't make it, we'll sort something out. Don't worry. So
I did have a dream that I was trying to travel abroad and like I forgot that my passport didn't work. And then I was flying into Germany for some reason, then going to England, and actually no, I was going to the Netherlands, then England, and so the Germans were just like, "Oh, we're just going to charge you $85 for being on that. I don't know if anybody else is going to let you in."
What?
Jess just got a virtual ticket as well.
Oh.
That's amazing.
We're manifesting smooth, just everything. Smooth passport processing, smooth flights. It's going to be great for you. So
Lots of fingers crossed and prayers to the light or to the shaitan or whoever you pray to. You know. I'll take help from anyone right now, honestly. If a Trolloc can make it happen, fuck it. Like, let's get the Trolloc to make it happen.
Yeah.
If a Virgo wants to help, I'll take it.
I love it. That's great. All right. So that was the big announcement there. I'll tweet it out and all that sort of fun stuff, folks. And Mel did put it in chat, the link, but I'll tweet that too. And I will add it to the description of the video later. I didn't put it in there first because I didn't want to give away that, it was virtual passes. So yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm glad about it. I'm looking forward to it. So I can't wait. Okay. Should we do our live reaction now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, folks. Oh,
Should we
no.
do Donald? Should we do this picture that got shared first, and then the live react?
That
Just
was out of an old and not official photo, so we nixed that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I was paying attention.
You were.
It's
We
okay.
know.
So
You're just testing us.
And Leigh-A, apparently Narg will make it happen because Narg is smart.
Oh, that
There we go.
would
See?
make me like, now that Narg's in charge, I'm so happy.
Yeah. And Loyal.
Skysex Trolloc would do better.
Loyal, send me a DM and we'll fix that. So don't worry. But yeah, it's all good, mate.
I'm glad we didn't need passports when we went after the tree killers. That would have slowed things down.
Oh gosh, that would have slowed you down a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Purpose for coming. Revenge.
Decapitation.
Murder Lamont.
Just a little casual homicide.
What are you doing in Kyrian? Nothing.
How long do you intend to stay? As long as necessary.
Yes.
For work or pleasure, both.
And not a day more.
Coming back, anything to declare? Just a fifth?
Where are you staying? Wherever the guy Shine puts the tent, goddammit.
The sweat tent in the lobby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Any-
Okay, folks. I'm going to dissuade away from that topic again. God, I'm saying that.
You brought it up.
I know, right?
I just like imagining Aiel dealing with like the bureaucrats
Yes.
at the border.
I do too.
Any weapons?
I really
Start
want.
removing knives from everywhere.
I really want a scene of Tigraine like crossing the border into Came Andor and being they're being like, your passport looks familiar. It's nothing. My name is Shael. Do you have anything to declare? Any additional baggage? No, everything's fine.
I needed that long ago.
Are you traveling with any dependents? Don't ask.
No,
Yeah, not yet.
Actually, got the big belly.
it's just Usque belly.
It was quite...
You can only bring 2 bottles of Usquoy.
That's never enough.
Otherwise, you have to pay customs.
This
That'll
is
do
true.
for like one meal.
Yeah. Oh gosh. They're enjoying this. Where is it? Rajesh. He eats baggage.
Yes. Just want to pay the extra $30. She just eats it.
All right, that could be a whole. That needs to be a sketch, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yes, passport control in the Threefold Land.
She had to pay the $50
add it to the
baggage
list.
fee.
Add it to the
$50
list.
baggage fee on her way in, but not on her way out.
No.
It's fine.
Great. Okay, folks. We're gonna diverge away from Wheel of Time for a hot second. Ooh, yeah, I heard the intake of breath there from the Foldies. But
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go visit the series that inspired Wheel of Time in a way, especially the first book, because the Rings of Power dropped a trailer yesterday.
Today.
Today.
Morning.
Okay, this morning. Okay, cool. Has any? I haven't seen this. You haven't seen this.
I have not
Has
seen
anyone
this,
else seen
no.
this? Leigh-A has seen this. Mel has seen this. Okay, so
You guys
this is
are
fresh.
bad nerds.
I know.
We
Live
have Much G. Live
Okay.
React
So much.
for people who have not seen it.
Sleep.
Exactly.
Yes.
People love a live reaction. So
Yeah.
here's our live reaction.
Anas does not want to see the trailer.
Anas does not want to see the trailer.
All right, block
Okay.
it for 2
Interesting.
minutes and
Okay.
All right, Anas, 3-minute break for you. Come
That's
back.
it, 3 minutes?
Take a
It's
break.
time for me to go to the bathroom.
Here we go. I'm going to add it in.
Tea.
I'm going to make sure I mute the correct microphone this time, and hide everybody. And we're going to have some fun. Enjoy this. How long is this actual trailer?
It's like 2 minutes max.
2 minutes and 31 seconds.
2 minutes and 31 seconds. All right, folks. So yeah, enjoy the 2 minute and 31 second. Let me turn the music off before I do this. Do this properly, Rob, because it's going to sound crappy.
Leave us up there so you can see all the faces of.
Oh yes, we'll leave us up there. That's a good point. Okay, music is off.
That's a
Switch
live
on
react.
screens. Mute yourselves, but just react. And here we go.
There was a time when the world was so young. There had not yet been a sunrise. But even then, there was light.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect. Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
All right. Okay.
Whew.
I like that. That was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, Shelly?
Cool. That's cool is your reaction.
Okay, what's yours? You start.
Yeah, what did you say? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, Leigh-A.
Well, I would definitely squeed when she repeated a second time. You have not seen what I have seen, and it is like, I want to see what you've seen. Well, yeah, it's definitely like it's like the origin story kind of that whole world, and Yeah, it's really exciting. And one of the things that I really loved about it was very much in the style of the Lord of the Rings movies. So it seemed like I feel like they kind of made that seamless, even though it's a completely different studio. I think they appreciated that Lord of the Rings, especially for it created a larger fandom. So there was the book nerds. Now there's the movie version of the Lord of the Ring nerds. There may be there's probably a lot of crossover now, but they're carrying forward that legacy of the filmography. So not excited at all.
Visually, it's beautiful. That was absolutely stunning. There are a couple moments I turned to you and I was like, wow, that's, I mean, you can tell the millions they've spent on it. Was it like millions? The budget is something stupid?
Yeah.
Not millions, like tens of millions, sorry.
Someone in chat put like Bubba billions.
Yeah, those Bezos Benjis have, they've spent a lot of those on it. Visually, that is, I mean,
listen, if they had just
visual effects wise, I say that's better than the Wheel of Time trailer. Visual effects.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like huge step.
They
Spend that money
definitely
on Wheel
have
of
a
Time.
bigger. But
Come on,
I
guys.
feel like that's where most of the budget went, was probably all the CGI. So
Yeah, lots of
But it
CGI.
works. I mean, at least in the trailer.
And
that
too many
really works.
horses.
Yeah.
Like, so many horses.
and swords.
Lots of horses.
And swords.
Yeah.
Too many
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
$1
One
billion.
1
Benjis.
billion.
Bezos billion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't this Bezos' favorite series? So he's like, take all the money.
I don't love loving things Bezos loves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Know that.
I agree that Galadriel should put down her sword and pick up a
Yep.
spear or become a wise one. I would apprentice Galadriel in a
Yeah.
second. She is
Yes.
she is one of my favorite characters in all of fantasy-dom.
Mhm.
So I am pretty excited to see more about her. If I remember correctly, and chat can correct me, I think the source material they're basing this on didn't actually have the hobbits in it. So that's an interesting addition.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that.
So they are, but they're not called hobbits.
They're
called
Harfoots.
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 Yeah, like
Harf-
Harfoots without the D.
Like hairy feet.
Mhm.
They have hairy feet.
Yes.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, at least they don't also use horses. I mean, they could put some boots on their feet and walk around too. But though it's
They've got hardy feet. They're self-sustaining. Don't
Yeah.
talk to them that way.
It's okay if they don't need boots. At least they walk.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Swords.
boots are hot.
Boots are hot.
They
They
are.
keep us certainly think so, yes.
Yes.
So, Mel, what was your reaction when you saw this trailer earlier?
So I have no context for whatever the hell this show is about, other than that it's Lord of the Rings. So I have read Lord of the Rings once and have not read the Silmarillion. I haven't read that. Yeah, sure. That book. So I'm no Stephen Colbert. I don't have any sort of Lord of the Rings lore in my head. But I really loved the movies. Obsessively watched the movies, and love the fact that just like with Wheel of Time, we're getting more of the story. We're getting more to dig into, more to dive into. I have to say, I couldn't ignore the slight twinge of jealousy, right? It's the same studio, and the amount of time and money that was given to this top.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right? It's a known visual genre that people have invested a lot of time and appreciation into, and established, and has a longevity beyond just the time that the movies existed. I understand it, but at the same time, I'm just oh.
Yeah. Someone said in chat, and I miss who said it, but imagine if they'd spent that money on Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it also at the same time gives me hope that Wheel of Time will prove itself, and then they'll be able to like grow, just kind of like Game of Thrones did. They'll be able to grow, and they'll be supported in the way that this show is supported.
Or like the Stranger Things. So season 4 of Stranger Things, the final episode, which was episode 8, so like it's a very similar season length, was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we still have an hour left to go.
And it started even at like the first episode of season 4 was more than an hour. And Stranger Things started from scratch. So Wheel of Time, like we already had a massive fan base, and we were able to like. I think we did in one of our previous episodes. Amazon had someone had released a chart of all the Amazon shows, and we were right up there neck and neck with The Boys, who's in their 3rd season.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Season 1, I mean, that might be us rewatching it multiple times, but if that's what you're those clicks, I mean, and we're out there tweeting about it, talking about it, posting on Facebook, like we're social mediaing about it. We are, oh my God,
content creating about it. You know, I agree, and I think all of that will get there. I think it's going to be a little bit of a slower build, and that's okay. But it gives me hope, but it also gives me like a slight nervousness, right? Like what if Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, like just it becomes so huge that they're like, we don't need to spend this money on this other show that is less of a sure thing. And so that's my only like.
That's one good thing about having such a powerhouse of Amazon behind you is they've got like just unique money that they can throw at things. So it's not necessarily a competition. It can be one of those everyone wins. Like if everyone's being successful in their own way, and that's my hope is that, you know, again, Amazon is so massive that they don't have to make a business choice on that. Like, so we've got these 2 successful shows. Which one do we choose? They can choose both, and they can choose to do the same exact thing with both shows.
Yeah. Oh, they absolutely could. Like, obviously, they absolutely could choose both. But I hope that they continue to do so, which they so far have, and I just hope it continues because I want to see this story play out all the way through. I'm in it for the long haul, so whatever I need to do to make sure that it stays true.
Yep.
I think watching it 4 times on Amazon helps. Yes, I'm doing my bit.
I've done my part.
Gotten at least I've Ponzi schemed it. I've gotten at least 5 other people into it who are getting 5 other people into it.
Perfect analogy.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got people watching it too, so it helps.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. You know, I love Lord of the Rings. Like you, I'm not like a Stephen Colbert. Like I don't have everything memorized. I've read it multiple times and I love it. And there's characters in it that I love and themes that I love. I'm excited about this show. I'm a little nervous just because, it's such a big thing they're trying, and just based on some of the decisions they made with Wheel of Time, I don't necessarily trust some of the studio executives not to make similar non-bold decisions. And I think that comes back to what we've all been talking to about time, right? Like they're still kind of in this like, oh, it has to be a 45-minute episode, but why? Like we don't have that anymore. And maybe they're trying to appeal to some like
supposed to have like more feature-length episodes.
I hope it does.
But my understanding is that they were greenlit for longer episodes. I couldn't cite you a source on that, but that's my understanding is that at least the season premiere is going to be like feature length.
Yeah, and I hope they do that with Wheel of Time. Like I hope they learn from Lord of the Rings and realize that they can expand on the world in Wheel of Time. Because I think audiences they want more. Like I sometimes feel like studio executives underestimate audiences.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to appeal to like a person who's got a short attention span, but these books and these shows, like I think they draw people in and they can handle longer. And if you look at fucking Supernatural, like that show's jumped the shark so many times and people will still watch. Like, what season's in?
Yes,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
there's so many shows that show that like the lasting ability, they can go longer and still make money, which at the end of the day is their concern. Our concern is good art, their concern is good money. Keep making the shit. We'll watch it. Make it longer, we'll watch it.
We'll watch it.
And just if whoever's watching, like I don't know the Tweeter of Chaos's job, but whoever is watching social media has now seen a massive uptick in readership. Like all the brand new readers. The Wheel of Time TV show inspired them. And they're reading the whole series.
Yeah.
They're not just like, oh, it was the first book and the first book was cool. And then, oh my God, 14 more books. Like, I don't want to do. Everyone's reading the whole thing, losing their minds, getting obsessed. They've just expanded. They've doubled our the fan base already just by having a TV show. So people have read the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Since the show ended. That's crazy that people are doing in such a short amount of time. And also all of our new viewers who came in because you saw the show. We love you and welcome you.
And we know that there are some of you who have not yet finished, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. This is a little off topic, but I remember like people get like so futzed about 14 books. I must have read like 200 Babysitters Club books and 150 Sweet Valley High books and 100 R.L. Stein books.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. Yeah, the same.
People might have only been 100 pages each. So like,
when you add them all up, easily.
They take up the same amount of shelf space. Believe me, because I have them on a shelf. Still at my parents' house, and they take up the same amount, maybe even more than Wheel of Time. So
and kids are still reading those books. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I think for some reason, because it's 14 books, people get intimidated. But the reality is, like, so many people will read so much of that shit. Like, let's give people credit.
Yeah, it's true.
There we go, and we got at least 2 readers / watchers at Whatcon as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, way to go, Whatcon.
Day on Dread.
Day on Dread. Yes, Day on the bartender. He was amazing, and he says he's going to read the books. Hopefully, we'll see him next year.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I've thrown a poll in chat, which I think a lot of you have already seen. What length Wheel of Time episodes would you like? 60 minutes you can vote for, just as they currently are ish. 60 and 90 minutes or 90 minutes plus. So 3 votes in there, folks. I know what I would pick, but I'm curious what everyone else would pick. So, anything else you want to add on Rings of Power? I mean, I'm going to watch it. You
I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm going to
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might talk about it a bit here, maybe.
Even though I'm with Mel, I'm a little sassy about studio decisions that were made, Wheel of Time based. Like, that doesn't mean I'm not excited for Rings of Power.
Yeah.
I will watch the shit out of it. I will like geek out over it. And there will be a little bit of sass still in those conversations. Like, wouldn't it be wonderful if they did this for the Wheel of Time? Because I loved it so much. And if they did this for Wheel of Time, it would have been so much better.
Well, let's hope, as they say, the rising tide lifts all boats.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and again, that's it doesn't have to be exclusive. It doesn't have to be Rings of Power or Wheel of Time.
Right.
It can be both. Like you can see in this fandom, like we're all excited about it here, as we're very excited about the Wheel of Time, and I think most people in the chat are the same way. So like we're all the nerd shit.
The Venn diagram is almost a circle.
Yeah,
it really is.
I'm going to keep us moving. We're going back to Wheel of Time now. I got one small announcement to make that the ladies don't know I'm making. And then we're going to hop on. We got a couple of dreams. We're all going to be very scared right now.
I was going to start fantasizing about Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings crossovers because Aragorn.
I mean, that's cool.
I love that.
A Princess Galadriel.
Yeah. Okay, folks. You might be, if you're a Wheel-of-Time fan, you might be familiar with the Dusty Wheel. Okay, we keep talking about the innkeeper. That is Matt Hatch, who runs the Dusty Wheel. And in from the books that was put in there because of his contribution to fandom. Well, I had a conversation with Matt a little while ago, and I said, "Hey, are you going to do an episode about Avienda and Aiel Smart? Because I know 4 amazing ladies that you should have on." And the innkeeper was like, well, he didn't say fuck yes, but he was very adamant that you should be on. So, folks, I don't have a date yet, but you need to watch out because at some point on a Wednesday very soon, you will be able to see all 4 of my co-hosts on an episode talking about Avienda and the actress playing her Aiel Smart. So, are you excited for this, ladies?
Very excited.
Very much.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all.
The maidens are excited. The Roof Mistress and the Wise One are a bit like, whatever, you know.
I believe I'm famously, aren't I like on record just being like, yeah, fuck the Dusty Wheel.
I think Shelley's more like, send it to me when she becomes a wise one, and then we'll see whether she's up to it. Whereas the maidens are like, a maiden, yes,
all the
please.
big content creators. I hear Lesbian Nerdy's mean. I hear Rakapa Sadai is just a jerk. You know, I just like, alienate all those other co-op.
Yes,
Are we gonna have to
this show? There's
Which is funny because, like, guys, I actually love them all.
Let's be very clear here, folks. So the 9/20 that you see in that tweet, that is because the innkeeper announced 20 episodes. I got caught by this as well. It's not the 9th of September, the 20th of September. Okay, that is show 9 out of a list of 20 shows.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, if that was 9/20, like on,
It's not a Wednesday, I don't think. Is it Wednesday?
It's not even a Wednesday.
It's not even a Wednesday. Fuck's sake. There we go. See? Yeah. The closest to that, it's a Tuesday. See? It's not going to work.
It's also backwards. It'd be 20/9.
It should be 20/9, but you know these American Shelley, so you know.
I see you, Rob.
Yeah, I see you too. So, okay.
Oh, go drink tea or something.
Go put in an extra U in all of your.
Yes, I like the extra.
Yeah, eat grease, car grease on your toast. Whatever you do.
Sorry, do you want more death sticks? Mel, is that it? Dory was talking about them earlier. I'll send you some more death sticks.
No.
Yeah, those
No,
poison
thank
sticks that I
you.
brought to Jordan Con. I know you enjoyed them. Come on.
Yes,
Boy,
I like sticks a lot,
We know this.
Yes. Okay.
especially salty ones.
Look, yes. So much math for an Aiel talk show. Yes.
We have
but
to
we
be
know,
able
look.
to calculate the fifth in our heads.
Wait,
Yes.
Jessica Sadai, why do you think Aiel cannot do math, first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. We like to read.
Yeah,
We read math books.
yeah.
If we stab everyone doesn't mean we're not well educated.
There we go.
We're not
All right.
mutually exclusive.
I mean, our wise ones are amazing. Educators.
Sometimes I think the smartest people want to stab the most people.
There we
That's true.
There we go.
We won't stab
Very much
you
like
if you're not at our level, but if you're kind of dumber than us, we might stab you.
I love this. I love it. Okay, folks, we're going to round off this episode. We have Shelley, and which we love. Shelley is coming to us from the Land of Madmen. We're all in different locations right now. This is fun.
You are in the same location as Bain&Chiad.
I am. Yes.
But in a different location than I normally am.
Yes. New location for
New
Bain&Chiad.
location.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
I find whenever I see you guys in real life, I always want to like poke you and be like, "Are you real?" Like it's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm not real.
She's not real. This is a very good green screen effect, so, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, the CGI, like that $1 billion budget that got spent on your CGI. It's pretty fantastic.
Yes.
We need Amazon shill. That's what we get.
Yeah. All right, but we have Shelley, and we've had a couple of dreams in the lineup that we've just never gone to for weeks on end now. So
Sorry,
we're
guys.
going to do a couple of. Is it going to pop up? I'm sure I just clicked it. I don't know.
You clicked it. You did it. It's up.
Okay, cool. It's up. It just wasn't up for me at all on my screen. So yeah, we do some dreams, folks.
That seems like a problem many men have.
If you have a dream, throw it in the chat. We'll see if we have time for it after we do the 2 big dreams.
Indeed. Okay, so Shelley, would you like to start with a lost boyfriend or a wolf dream?
Let's do Lost Boyfriend first, and then
Lost Boyfriend. Okay, so Lost Boyfriend. Here you go, folks. I need to. Sadly, I need to take down the banner because it hides some of it. Put that back up. Okay. My partner and I were visiting some city somewhere, maybe in Canada. It felt like another country, with other real-time people, and staying at a huge house with this weird rich family that seemed maybe like the Snow family from Twilight. We kissed in the hallway for the first time. We were both wearing winter hats, and I was super happy. Then my partner got detained by the authorities, but it was for nefarious reasons. The rich family was involved somehow and was withholding information from me. The rest of the dream was like a spy movie with me trying to find and rescue him. So,
That sounds like a really good movie.
That sounds like really good. It does sound like a good movie, doesn't it? Yes.
Give it $1 billion budget. Let's go.
All right, Amazon, pick this up.
All right. My partner and I were visiting a city somewhere, so Canada, felt like another country. Other Wheel of Time people staying in a house with this weird rich family. Sorry, I'm having to pause so I can see it again.
Oh, do you want me to let me put it in our chat so I can send it to you?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Because it's there's a lot going on in there.
Oh, I can't.
I mean, when you see something like betrayal in a dream, I would go into myself and I'd be like, okay, am I not being true to something about myself here? And, you know, let's think maybe about the head. You know, you're protecting your head with hats, both of you, so maybe there's something you need to be thinking through a little bit more. Houses, I find people like actually dream about the same houses a lot. I don't know if you guys have this, but I have like the same house I always dream about. Mm-hmm. And anything that ever happens in a house happens in the exact same house. I've never been there. The house I dream in is physically impossible to exist. Yeah. Because it's got like so many weird tunnels and everything. But my friends who are more into dream interpretation than I am say always try and draw out the house that you dream about regularly, because you may see things that you don't really recognize. So being in a hallway, like a hallway has a lot of opportunities. Like you could be going into different rooms. Like who knows what could be around the next corner or behind the next door. So maybe this boyfriend, you're maybe because you're protecting your head, maybe you're thinking with your head, maybe you need to think a little bit more with your heart and be open to some of the opportunities in this hallway. And the rich family, think about, does that represent his family or your family? And are you worried maybe about what they think about this boyfriend and their betrayal? So that's kind of what I would be thinking. And if snow is coming up, I mean, snow is cold, but it has a lot of opportunities for cozy. So maybe it just means you two need to higgle a little bit more together.
You got a lot from that dream.
Wow.
Yeah. As soon as it was like, that sounds like a movie, I was like, well, now I can't think of anything else.
Sorry.
Are you right there?
Mel,
you okay with that?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm the one that said the movie comment.
Oh, right, okay, right, yeah, sorry, yeah.
I felt bad for saying, like, oh, that sounds like a movie.
No, like, no, I heard you say that, and I was just like, yeah, now I'm just stuck on it sounds like a movie, so. Okay, does anyone want to add anything to that? Do you see anything different from Shelly? Chat, what do you think?
I got nothing.
Nice.
I think that was perfect.
I got a little, there wasn't so much about the beginning of it because, also, actually I did get something. Because, yes, we still need to create our little commune. Like, we actually need to make Purple Rock's Hold exist. So let's just not do it with the Snow family. Yeah, but I feel like that's like something that a lot of us like I know that I dream a lot about like the Foldies and people in our community because we've hung out with each other and we've seen each other frequently. Well, not frequently, but you know, we chat with each other frequently, and you know, we are extended family, and so I think it speaks a lot to that you know, this is a family community. And we share a lot of things with each other. And like, again, it's not so much a joke. I'm like, we are all retiring together, right? Like, maybe fix our retirement plans, okay? But and then, because a lot of my dreams do turn into those like spy rescue missions. So like I identify very much with that, and just, you know, I feel like what you're trying to do is like you're very passionate about whatever that is. So whatever you're trying to find or fix or something is always something that you're passionate about. So whomever you are out there, obviously trying to save your beloved from these nefarious means, like that's not insignificant. That it means that person is very important to you.
Yeah. I think that's some solid advice. I don't think I could add to that. I mean, I'm the Toh'ken Wetlander, I'm not meant to add to it, so.
Yeah. I just hope that whoever it is gets to stab the people that kidnapped the boyfriend. That's all.
And I do like the advice from Shelly where it's like, hey, take advantage of the hallway. So I like that, Shelly.
I really want to dig more into what Shelly said, because I definitely have like a house that is in a community that I've never seen. Well, there's actually 2 separate houses that I consistently dream about in like 2 separate environments that are always the same. And then, like, I've always been like, what the fuck is with that? And I continually go back to those same things. Because even though the dreams are completely different, the setup, like the movie setting is like, the plot is different, but it's set in the same set. So
yeah. Love that. Okay, the next dream we have, or the other dream we've been trying to get to for a while, is a wolf dream, folks. So, wolf brother, Silvertooth, I hope you're ready for this, because apparently there is a wolf brother out there just waiting for you, potentially. We'll find out what Shelly thinks. Here we go. It's a long one, so I'll be there for a while. Okay, so it begins with my dog barking that someone walked in my front gate. I quickly notice that it's my landlord coming to inspect the leak in the kitchen. I quickly quiet the dog and get him snuck out the back with my roommate and a friend, as I'm not allowed to have a dog. The landlord comes in as they sneak around, and we look at the leak. We go upstairs to check out the bathroom for leaks, and I see out the back windows that the landscape has changed. Gone is my garden, and instead is a high rise of grass that quickly sweeps up from the back of the house to a level matching my upstairs floor. On this rise stood 5 giant black wolves, each as high at the shoulder as a full-grown man. They simply stare at me, breathing deeply. I open my windows and tell them to leave, but they remain there resolute. I throw my work boot at them, but one catches it and continues staring. I throw the neighbor's large dog over in an attempt to scare them. They catch the dog by the collar and place it down gently. I shout, I can't come, and then they mentally reply to me, we wait. They turn to their left and walk off, turning to mist, and then I woke up. So, yeah. We'll leave that up for another hot second, so I think, are you waiting for that? Are you going to pause that, are you, Shelly? Because this one I can't send you, because I don't actually have this one on this.
I'm just like, I've got chills.
Wow.
It's quite a dream, isn't it?
It's intense.
Wow.
Because let's think about what wolves represent. Wolves represent, like when you guys think about wolves, what do wolves represent to you? Foldies, put in the chat too what wolves represent to you.
Okay, yeah.
Wolf, what are the adjectives that come to mind? Well, I finish my cookies.
Well, they hunt in packs, right? So
Yeah.
Community, togetherness is what I think of.
Yeah, powerful communities, hierarchies.
Protectors, they're very protective of the pack.
Connection to the land and mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think about
wolves will. Sorry, Shelly, go ahead. Now that you've finished it.
No, it's okay. Go.
Well, wolves will. The way they set up their packs, they'll put the strongest members when they're traveling. The strongest members in the front and the back of the pack, and then so the young and the older or the sick pack members are in the middle. So if something bad happens, they're able to surround, and they literally do that. They protect their own pack, so it's not, oh, you can't keep up with us. Not trying to talk down like caribou or deer or thing like that. Who outrun, they're like, all right, no, like the sick and old, like, and the young, like, you get eaten first. We're gonna escape. The wolves deliberately surround. So people who are cultures who are familiar with wolves, like, very frequently have them as protector symbols.
Yeah, so I think what I would do is I would look at what wolves mean to you. Like to me, that's like agility, power, strength, freedom, community, being in a pack, being strong, being, smart. Like there's many qualities of wolves. And I would look at whoever submitted this dream, I would say, what do those qualities mean to you? Like when you look at a wolf, what do you think? And I think they were behind a wall, was it? Like there's something you...
Outside.
Yeah, outside. Like there's something guarding you.
Yeah.
I open my windows. They simply stare at me, breathing deeply. They remain there resolute. So there's something you're trying to chase away. Something about wolves. So maybe you're pulling a bit of a naive on yourself, where you have these qualities. Like maybe you're strong. Maybe you're really in the community, and you're kind of pushing that away from yourself and rejecting it. And it's like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait for you. Because you've thrown a dog at it to try and protect yourself from it. You've thrown a boot at it to try and hurt it. Like nothing's chasing this away. So maybe this is a quality about yourself you need to kind of embrace. As for 5, I'm not sure. Like 5, there's lots of like symbolism throughout human history of a hand having up there the 5. So it's a prime number. Maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. I think left means west, which in Jungian has some symbolism. Like I think it's tied to the feminine, if I'm not mistaken. So there's many, many layers to this dream that you could probably look up and see what all those things mean. But I think the root is that there's something about yourself that you're really that you're really not ready to embrace. And maybe it's just time. Maybe it's just time to stop fighting and trying to get those wolves to run away and just welcome them in. And as someone said, let them eat your landlord.
Yeah, who was it who said that? I did.
That was hilarious.
I saw this.
I think.
Where is it? Yeah, like Blinding Fool.
Yeah.
This one is simple. The creator is telling them to stop giving away the pack of wolves eating their landlord.
Yeah.
I think that's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, what's a landlord in your dream? A landlord has control over your safety. And so I would say let the wolves come in and eat that landlord.
Actually, I can attest right now that landlords don't necessarily care about your safety, because I haven't had hot water for almost a week now.
That's why I use the word control and not care.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This is true. I like this. I'm glad we finally got to these two, because there's been some great discussion about
That's
these
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think this is like our first wolf dream. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nice.
so.
Amazing.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, it took me a second to click. It is our first one.
There's a few in the chat. There's a few dreams in the chat.
Yeah, there were a couple dreams I picked up.
I have one hang up on this, and I think Anas, Glenn, and I had the same thought immediately, that maybe you watched the Star Wars Rebels cartoon last season of that, and you had some Loth wolves in your dream.
Oh yes! Oh god! Yeah.
Oh
right.
yes. Could be.
If you haven't seen like Star Wars cartoons are amazing. They are
Yes, they are.
adult. They give you a wider context. So again, speaking to like, we're allowed to be fans in other series, seasons, things like that. Rebels is really good. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but this sounds very similar to things that happen in the last season of Rebels.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
And
I remember that. Now you said this, I'm thinking, oh yeah, of course there are.
if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't.
Big as
You
well,
don't
aren't they?
watch it.
All right.
No, now you know.
Nice. Okay.
So
we've got,
I see Iris Bear has a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have Iris Bear. So Iris Bear says, a dream where I went to a formal event, then repeatedly met up with various friends at the same location at midnight every night after that, still in formal attire.
Midnight in Paris.
That's a great movie.
That is a good movie. Yeah, I would say like, I'd want to know, are you having fun in the dream? Like, are you enjoying meeting up with your friends? Is that a sign that you need to spend more time with your community doing things? Or are you stressed about constantly meeting up with your friends, which maybe is a sign you need to spend more time just by yourself?
Or maybe it's like a Groundhog Day scenario.
It is, yeah.
Where you feel like you're stuck and you
Yeah.
keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. But it does definitely depend on how you feel about formal events, right?
Dory!
Hi, Dory.
Oh,
Sorry.
Aw.
Totally changed
I
something.
know, I didn't
Kitty.
even have to drink. He just woke up. So,
Aw.
and now I'm trying to
So
make him
precious.
play.
He does not want to.
That's brilliant. I love that. Wait, I think Iris. So Iris replied, yes, it was all fun.
It's all fun.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so maybe you just need to spend some more time with your friends. Maybe your dream's telling you like you would be good to reach out in the community.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, we had a couple others thrown in here.
It's real life
Dwayne?
mankind.
Says, I have a recurring dream where I'm being chased by agents on top of a roof, only to jump and plummet to my death. Only at the last second, it turns into an Olympic dive scoring perfect 10. I want to know how many leg flips and twists and double barrel like wing things. I don't know. Like, yeah.
I mean, you're obviously not scared of heights. So.
It's the ultimate making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, there's usually secret agents while I just get some 10s here.
I'm dying, but
Obviously, they
perfect
know of their own story. So.
I have never heard of this dream, by the way.
We've got the innkeeper here.
Hi.
Innkeeper, send us one of your dreams.
Innkeeper, to recognize
send us
this,
a
by the
dream
way.
if you want, Innkeeper. So what I would say is, chase dreams are really common. If you're running from agents represent the police. So that would be like, authority, rigidity, structure, that sort of thing. So maybe you need a little bit of whimsy in your life right now because the dream ends when you do something really artistic. So that would be my guess, is maybe you're running a little bit from structure and rigidity and could use some whimsy and some fun. And maybe just take a leap of faith on something.
Beth Weston has an explanation. This just means that Dwayne secretly desires to wear Speedos on rooftop bars.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God,
also,
they
to take a pause quickly, since the innkeeper is here.
Butt rock.
Yeah.
Don't you have the button?
I have the button as well.
We do have the button.
Has a very pregnant
Yeah,
pause.
I love the dramatic pause.
It does.
It's good. It's good.
All right. Did Glenn the geeky hippie have a dream?
Maybe. I have Matt's dagger with one.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And then I'll
that's
have
it.
that. So 20 years ago, I dreamed my fiance was pregnant. I called her and told her. She took a home test, and yep, she was. My wife still yells at me for knowing before her.
So did you dream your fiance was pregnant and now that she did and now you have a kid? Is that what I'm hearing from this dream? Because if so, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did you have a fiance and
It
a
was
wife?
prophetic dream. So Matt Stagger is a dreamer. That's what it means. Matt Stagger is a capital P dreamer.
So I've told Rob about this. I have a gift, and my gift is guessing things about people before they know them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have multiple friends who I've guessed they're pregnant before they knew that for sure they were pregnant.
Well,
if you ever tell me
that,
that,
naturally.
So
please never tell me that.
Oh my God, Sherbet. I haven't touched that button. Oh,
So,
sorry.
the reason I'm saying that is not because I'm magic, but because, with pregnancy, things do happen to the body. And when you know someone really well, you may notice subtle changes. And you put two and two, you put two and two together.
So what you're saying is you really like boobs.
I noticed.
And you pay attention.
And also,
to their
my
shape.
one friend, her skin changed along with her boobs. Just a whole bunch of things about her changed. When you know someone really well, sometimes you notice those changes and your brain puts two and two together and puts it in a dream.
Shelly, I've noticed that, but then I'm just never confident. I'm like, oh, maybe they changed their diet, and then later they're like, oh, I'm pregnant. It's like, oh, I fucking knew something was off.
Yeah, so I was wondering about this one time, so I actually wrote a note in my calendar the day that I figured it out with one of my friends, because I was like, there's no way she's going to believe me. And then when she told me, I was like, fuck, look, I knew it.
That's great. I love that.
So
That's
I'm
crazy.
If it's a person you know really well, you see changes like that.
Yeah.
And your brain just probably puts two and two together.
Mhm.
The other thing is too, like dreaming about pregnancy, you're growing something. You're building something new, creation of life, transition. There's many other things that pregnancy in a dream can mean. So I think it's not all of them are going to be prophetic, but if you do dream about pregnancy, you just might be going through a time of transition or a time of creativity or creation.
Nice. Love that. Thank you, Shelly. Yeah. And I think that's it. I didn't really see any other dreams in chat. And we got through our two big ones. So I think that's a perfect time to tie it up.
If we have time, I have one that
Go for it, Leigh-A.
Yes.
I haven't
Let's
been
hear it.
able to figure out how to write it down because it's one of those long, complicated ones. So, on this tour bus in France, and the bus breaks down. It was a van at the time, and then it changes to a bus. Like all that stuff keeps changing, but it was this like little town. So we stop at this house that's an Airbnb sort of, and they've got lots of kids running around. I find this kitten, like this dirty little kitten. So I go clean it. This is before I got Dari. Clean it off. I'm like, okay, it's mine. I'm gonna figure out how to take it home with me. And then, like through the process of like them not being able to fix the bus/van, there was this little girl. She must have been like 5 or 6, and we really bonded. And like again, just dirty, like just kind of an orphan kid, did not belong at the home. But the innkeeper was very nice, and like always fed her, and she, like so talking. Like, in my head, it was in French. It was not in French. I decided I was like, oh, and asked her like, do you want to come home with me? Like, would you like to be my daughter? Because we bonded. So she did, and then I also cleaned her up, and then and we just spent this like, as we were trying to fix the bus/van. So just we had this like little girl, like, and I'm speaking to her in French, like trying to explain things to her about what America's going to be like, and she trying to call the embassy to see if I could get her to come home with me right away because I'm not trying to kidnap a kid.
Always good.
Yeah, it's a passport problems all over again.
That's what it's about.
My passport was working, but it was, yeah. And then there like appeared this huge library in the back, and she's sitting with me, and I met and this is not a person that exists on Amazon Prime, What Prime, but somebody who was like affiliated with the show was like, oh my god, I do a podcast, and we're sitting there like bonding and like talking, and I introduced him to my new daughter. So
wow.
So and she's just sitting there, and she starts telling up with him. She's like, is this my new dad? And I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. Good luck.
The child, was she talking like an adult or was she talking like a child?
Well, she was talking in French, and I think part of my dream was in French, which I don't speak very well. So like there was a lot of miscommunication going on, and me asking the innkeeper to help translate things for me. So not sure.
Matt Hatch is such a good translator.
Yeah, but it wasn't Matt Hatch. it was more of Egwene's mom. So
Okay.
that's what I'm imagining.
All right.
Yeah.
So because I asked for 2 reasons. Because kids in dreams, if you have a kid that's a kid and you're adopting and protecting, when did you have this dream?
A month and a half ago.
Okay, because you were thinking about getting a cat at the time, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well,
So
I
I think-
figured the kitten thing was on par, but then like the kid thing.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like adopting, caregiving. Like it's on your mind to want to
Okay.
take in some things and caregive for them. I should say beings rather than things. Some beings and caregive for them. Because if a child is an adult, so like it's an adult stuck in a child's body, or like you're talking to a child in a dream that's like an adult and like super wise, it's called the sacred child.
Oh, yeah, no, I was definitely not being able to effectively communicate with this child.
Yeah, and that's a totally different recurring dream that you hear about people having. And apparently you can ask that sacred child for advice and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty reflective of where you were when you were wanting to adopt a kitten and takes care of things. And you were hitting some hurdles with like foster parents and, you know, all these other things. Mm-hmm. So I think that dream makes a lot of sense in the context of where you were. Why was in France? Also your passport issues, like you really want to be traveling right now.
There we go.
So
I like it. All right. I think even if we have more dreams, we should probably tie it off there.
We're a little
over. So
we're a little over.
But that's fine. We talked about a lot of things today, so I loved it. I'm going to end this poll real quick about wheel time episode length. 70% of you want episodes between 60 and 90 minutes. That's kind of like where I would like it. But a season finale of 2 hours, I think, would be fun. So thank you for everyone who voted in that. And this has been cool. Thank you for letting me stream from your new place.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, anyone have anything? No? Shush. Remember, go get your Malkier passes, folks.
What is that? You don't know what you're going to say. Why did you shush us?
And may you always find water and shade.
Bye. We're just happy to see kids together.
I'm totally joking. What were you saying?
I want to do a Beth.
Oh my goodness.
I want to be on that couch.
We're a little traumatized from Whatcon.
Yeah.
I want to be on that couch, right in between the two of you.
Yeah, I want to be between the Tom and the Fucks. That's where I want to be, right? In between the Tom and the Fucks.
That's the place to be.
Yeah, Tom
that's where I want to sit. Yeah.
That's where you want to sit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can bring Dari. Then a couple might not.
Cat's in here. I don't know if y'all can see him.
Oh my gosh, I love when my cats do that.
Yeah.
Aww, you have a pussy basket. That's so sweet.
He never leaves it.
Yeah. It senses when he gets in, it warms up for him. So it's very cool. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, this has been a fun show. I've really enjoyed it. So it's good to see. We don't get all 5 of us a lot these days.
We rarely have all of us.
There's usually someone missing each week. So it's been a lot of fun. So, and all the foldies in chat and new foldies turning up. So yeah. Good night, everybody.
Welcome all new foldies.
We love you and we miss you.
We do miss you. But we'll just have to do an extra special show at WoTCon next year or whatever we choose to do. So yeah. Oh, Leigh-A, we're going to try and, if you get your passport sorted, we'll do one at Malkier. So that's why there's definitely manifesting good vibes and everything going smoothly because you're on the schedule. So
pressing through. There's also a possibility, like one thing I might consider doing is, because I don't have a car, renting a car and going to, because I think the closest one it's actually not in DC, which is stupid. You would think like a major DC would have a major passport center. No, it does not. I have to drive down to Richmond to do that. So, like, what's the use of living in the nation's capital? Like, expedited passport. So I might actually like go down in person. I need to call. I'm gonna call back the hotline, depending on if I get the fucking certified check tomorrow. It might be worth going down in person to do that.
Manifest.
I love you, Leigh-A.
You're amazing.
All right. Good night, everybody. And until next week, may you always find water and shade.
Bye.